Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Tabletop Showcase. As you can see, today we're looking at Mint Tin Mini Apocalypse. Another game that comes in a mint tin from Subquark Publishing and David Miller. Here you see everything you need to play the game. This is the deluxe edition with this really nice neoprene playmat and these metal manhole covers which are used to fight the monster. Monster, you say? Yes. Gigantic monster has come to town, and it's up to you to get your meeples into the fallout shelter, which is this mint tin itself, and keep the others out and seal it shut with the majority of the people in the mint tin or the fallout shelter being your meeples. The way you do that is by rolling these dice, and you're not taking turns, you're rolling simultaneously trying to score sevens. Sevens allow you to do any number of actions, which I tend to forget in the hecticness of the game. And yes, it's a very hectic, frantic race to get your meeples into the fallout shelter. So anyway, you roll a 7, put a standing meeple in the fallout shelter, or stand up one of your meeples that's down. And you'll start with one standing and the rest of them laying down. When you have meeples in the shelter and things are getting a little bit crowded, you can opt to send out a recon team. That's any 2 standing meeples in the fallout shelter to go out and get one of these crates. But once you do that, you activate the giant monster. The giant monster is on a countdown timer. Every time you roll doubles that equal the number showing on the green die here, it counts down 1. And it'll count down to 1, in which case you are in danger of rolling double ones and matching this one and ending the game, unless a player willingly sacrifices a meeple to the monster. So the sacrifice is just a stalling tactic, but it's better than losing to the monster, I suppose. Another way to beat the monster, or to stall the monster, is to take a standing meeple and put him on the manhole cover. You then claim the manhole cover, which if you use the manhole, which is actually part of an expansion, you also activate the monster, but the manhole cover can be thrown at the monster, knocking it over and stalling it out. When you roll doubles that matches the current number on its countdown die, it stands up. Another fun thing to do when you roll a 7 is to kick other meeples out of the shelter. Make room for 4 of yours, get it sealed with 4 of your meeples in there, and win the game. Keeping in mind while you play that the maximum number of meeples that can fit in the shelter at any one time is 7, so there's never going to be a tie. It's up to you to win the game with 7s and good choices. And this is really roughly how you play the game. It's all simultaneous, remember. You're rolling and rolling and rolling. It's a big roll-off. And in the moment, in the situation, you have to make the decision that's going to get you closer to winning than your opponent. So, like it says in the rules, situational awareness is vital. And that's it. Get 4 meeples into the shelter, roll a 7, seal it shut, and win the game.
Last one into rotten egg.
And yes, all these components do fit very nicely into the fallout shelter.
It is nice.
This is a neoprene mat which rolls up neatly and travels well with the game. Put this in your pocket and you're good to have an apocalypse anywhere you want. And what this book does is gives you a way to earn these clever little badges right here by scoring, your score earns you these badges, and you can keep track of your games here, whether or not you used the expansion, and you can also keep track of chains of games. I believe it's 5, right? Yes, up to 5 games, and your high scores. So this is sort of a survivor, as it says right there, a survivor's journal of his victories and perhaps even defeats, all at the hands of this big meeple monster. Quality of the game, great. Manhole covers, all metal, they feel great, they're fun to flip, and the neoprene mat is really my favorite component. Although it just creates sort of a thematic setting for the game, it really adds a lot to the game. Plus, it's a great way to roll the dice. It's a great roll-off arena, sort of like the boxing ring for the game, you might say. And I highly suggest you go to subquark.com, look at all the rules, variants, and options. There's a PDF of the rules. There's ways to get music that you can play with the game, all kinds of things, videos to watch of David pressing the mint tins. I watched those today. The guy is a real craftsman, really dedicated to the art of game creation. And that is Mint Tin Mini Apocalypse. Thanks for watching, and once again, may all your 20s be natural. Another fun thing you can do when you roll a 7 is knock down an enemy meatball.